itchy here, scrolling through the old IG, if you will. Couldn't even think of the name of the platform. Goes to show how often I truly scroll this thing. But I come across this alleged viral story of a 300-pound woman charged with murder after fatally crushing her boyfriend. What in the... Okay. Let me take a step back. Because just looking at this photo here, I'm like, okay, I could see myself doing some shit like this. Because I frequently do stuff like that to my boyfriend. However, I ain't no 300 pounds, okay? Now, I have gotten fluffy, but I'm still not like half that, you know? So, and I see that this here, it has some dots, so obviously there must be some sort of video or something that follows, and this could be a clip from the video. I really don't know. Either way, I saw this, and I said, okay, either this is the world's worst Photoshop, or they caught something epic, but even with that, the way she's jumping, she's gonna land squaw on the, what is that, some Taco Bell, it looks like? She gonna land squaw on the Enchilito. Back in stores, June 18, 2026. Let's see what happened. She ran, she jumped, and she's arrested? I mean, dude is a skinny guy. But, hold up. I'm going to have to run that back again. Okay, hold up. Yeah, I got no pause? Okay, I guess there's no pause on this bitch. But regardless, she came around and then jumped on him. Now, I'm a small thing, okay? I'm a wee littling. Little Kim is my tall friend. I'll put it that way. And I have had people her size fall on me. Accidentally, purposefully. Have had two people her size go and smash me between the two of them because they thought it would be funny. Big bitches love me. And I love a big bitch too, don't get me wrong. I love your fluffy ass. Y'all warm in the wintertime. I get cold. I'm a little thing. I like to go and like snuggle up in some of your rolls, grab one of your big floppy titties, throw it over my shoulder, just snuggle up in there between the stomach and the titty, just make a little home. And I'm little enough for the right size woman, you know, if you 5'10" or taller, you can easily carry me around like your little my size Negro, okay? So with that being said, I don't really see how she could have properly crushed dude. But again, I don't know what his physical state is like. And with me, I'm little, but I'm solid. I'm thick. I'm a little thick, you know. That's why I'm the short bigness. The big shortness, you know. Like, I may be short, but I'm big. But not like big, but, you know, like big, but... Okay, I am kind of little on the big. I got it, but... Yeah, you know what I mean, you know, like, I want to say stout, but stout isn't the right word to use. Can't really say big bone because I don't have big bones. When I do the whole, like, test, you know, because there's a way you can test, like, if you're big boned or not, you know, or, like, the way you test your, clothing size. You take your wrist, okay, like, let's say your right wrist, and you use your left hand. You put your hand around your wrist, like where your wrist bone is, and then you see where your thumb and your pointer finger touch. Wait, was it thumb and pointer? Yeah, I think it's thumb and pointer, maybe it's thumb and middle. But either way, it's like your thumb and like, no, I think it is thumb and pointer finger. Because looking at it, this looks about right. So if your thumb overlaps your fingernail, you're an extra small. Your thumb's touching your fingernail, you're small. You got like a little bit of a gap between your thumb and your nail, like let's say half an inch, you're a medium. You got an inch gap, you're large, and so on and so forth. It's an easy way to be able to tell what your size is. Now, this isn't always accurate because some people have large hands and small wrists. Some people have large wrists and small hands. And some people have appropriate size wrist to hand ratio. So it's kind of a skewed type of way of measuring. But with me personally, it's usually pretty spot on. Because when I gain weight, I'm not touching as much as I used to. And when I lose it, okay, I'm touching a little bit more. And my wrist doesn't necessarily gain or lose weight. I mean, I can see it a little bit in my forearm, maybe like an inch or so, half an inch to an inch of diameter difference. But I'm really muscular as a short thing, I'm like a little pit bull, if you will, just solid, just. So it would be different if somebody of size fell on top of me because I have more muscle to protect my bones from breaks and fractures. However, I do have a condition that makes me soft-boiled. So I am very much an easily breakable person. The wrong type of flick will take me out. I ain't even gonna lie. I'm soft-boiled. I'm soft. That's why I ain't out here trying to start no mess with nobody. I ain't trying to get no cat busted in my ass. I ain't trying to get no foot broken up in it. None of that stuff. I ain't trying to fight nobody. But if you want to go, bitch, we can go. I mean, I'm not going to back down. I ain't going to back down. But I'm not going to start nothing either. I prefer not to. I'm too little and too ridiculous for jail, okay? Because then if I go, I'm going to have to take it over and then become a mob boss. And then once you go into jail, that's just like a snowball to going back to jail. And then it's just a whole situation. And I'm just not really cut out for the life of crime. I mean, I would probably be good at it because I excel at everything that I do. But I don't want to be a criminal, That's just not something I want to do. Unless I can be a cartoon style villain. Now, if you give me the opportunity to be a DC level fucking villain, let's go! We can do this shit, bitch. But that would require me going against the Arizona League of Superheroes, which it is a thing. It's an actual thing. And I have no problem starting the Arizona League of Supervillains if needed for them to have some adversaries. But right now, I am way too soft-boiled. I mean, I guess you could call me the Penguin or maybe a bootleg version, the Penguin or something. I don't know. Regardless, this situation here is wild. And I really actually want to find more information on it. In fact, let me click on the link. Let me see if they got some. Oh, actually, it's a little bit of preamble. So in 2018, Wendy Thomas was sentenced to 18 to 30 years in state prison for the March 2018 murder of her boyfriend, Kano Butler, in Erie, Pennsylvania. The case summary, the crime. During a drug and alcohol-fueled dispute, Thomas stabbed Butler with a folding knife, struck him over the head with a wooden table leg, and sat on his chest. God damn! Physical disparity. Thomas weighed approximately 300 pounds, where Butler weighed only 120. Woo! Cause of death. The Erie County medical examiner ruled the death a homicide resulting from respiratory failure and thoracic compression exacerbated by blunt force trauma. The sentence. Thomas avoided a full trial by pleading guilty to third-degree murder. On December 21st, 2018, Erie County Judge William R. Cunningham finalized the negotiated plea deal of 18 to 30 years in prison. The family reaction. Butler's sister, Sandra Butler, expressed deep dissatisfaction with the plea bargain, stating that Thomas deserved life for the brutal attack, which left Butler with more than 90 traumatic injuries. Verified case timeline. March 18, 2018, Thomas attacks Butler inside their East Avenue apartment and calls 911. December 3rd, 2018, Thomas formally enters a guilty plea for third-degree murder. December 21st, 2018, the court officially hands down the 18 to 36-year prison sentence. Under Pennsylvania law, third-degree murder carries a maximum penalty of 20 to 40 years. The plea arrangement shaved 2 to 4 years off of that statutory maximum. Now, I'm going to say this is all alleged because I have not vetted a single thing here. But hold that thought. I got a little curious. I went ahead and decided to look this up to see if there's actually a real case. Because, sometimes you see these stories and it's like, this is off of Instagram. You really can't just trust anything that you just read on the internet, because a lot of things are made up. Now, I see a couple of different news sources that are claiming this story. NBC4 Washington, Fox 23. Let's see what else we got. We got a podcast episode, Ghastly Woman, Fox 32 Chicago. I mean, let's see if it comes up. Erie, PA. Okay, this, see, what this here says, her now, Yes, maybe there is some validity to this story. Some sort of Pennsylvania news source. And I don't. Closest to Pennsylvania I see is Fox 5 New York. And again, same details. Butler, who went by the name Loco. Okay, that was the dude. Okay. So allegedly because they were drunk and smoking crack. Wow. Wow. Well, interesting story. Sad, tragic loss. But given the circumstances, it's kind of the gamble that you play when getting intoxicated and agitated. Not a way that I would wish for anyone to go. Not fun. I mean, it's fun until it's not. But yeah. Interesting story here. Figure I'd share it. Alright, that's all I got for today. 623 Kimchi. I'm out.